Hey everyone, this is Kat with Wondering Soup, and today we're going to continue our series on moving to. And by moving to, we mean moving from the US of A to abroad. And abroad covers a multitude of countries. And this week, we are going to discuss Turkey. So we are moving to Turkey. Feel free to follow or go peruse our other vlogs and blogs regarding our Move To series. We visited Vietnam, Thailand, Portugal, South Africa, Germany, and a few other countries. And of course, we're going to continue the series. But again, this week we are moving to Turkey. This is basic information to get you started on your journey. Please do more research to find information that's applicable to you and what you are trying to do. This video or blog is mainly for those who are moving abroad, who will be working, who possibly have kids. It is not for retirees, though you should be able to get something from this if you are going to possibly retire there after working there for a little bit. So let's get started. What we always like to start out with, which I don't know, it's interesting, is land ownership. Can you or can you not own land in Turkey? And the answer to that is yes, you can. Now, there's one thing you can't do when it comes to land, and you can't purchase land near a Turkish military installation. So as part of the process of purchasing the land, it has to go through the military. They have to approve the sale. It's part of doing business. So it shouldn't be much of a factor. You're more likely looking at purchasing a home in a town, in the countryside, or something like that. Probably won't be near a military installation, so it shouldn't be a factor. But keep that in the back of your mind. Business ownership. Yes, you can, and you don't have to be a citizen, nor do you actually have to have a partner who is a Turkish citizen as well. Now, there is some legal paperwork and things like that. It won't be a quick process, but it won't be a hard process, as it's very similar to owning a business in the US or opening and operating one. Meaning you have to figure out what type of business it's going to be, what type of corporation, if you will, limited, solo, things of that nature. You also have to pay taxes, do all the paperwork. So more likely you want to look up a lawyer to help you get everything situated. But no, you can do it, not an issue. Next up is citizenship. As mentioned, you don't have to be a citizen to open up a business or even to own land. But if you want to become a citizen, there's the added bonus of you don't have to give up your U.S. citizenship, as Turkey recognizes dual citizenship. Now, with Turkey, there is some things that you do have to do, or some conditions you have to meet to become a citizen. First one being you have to be in the country for at least 5 years. That's typical for most of the countries that we visited. Some are as many as 7, 9, 10. So 5 actually isn't that bad. There's other things, though, that I thought were interesting. You need to be of adult age, and that is based off the country where you were born, not in Turkey. So if your adult age in America is 18, then you have to be at least 18 in Turkey to become a citizen. Again, you have to have lived in Turkey for 5 years or 3 years if married to a Turkish national. You must have physical and mental health must be sound, no criminal record. You must be able to speak Turkish at a basic level. And if you're not married to a Turkish national, you have to prove that you can support yourself. If you move to Turkey on a work visa, meaning a company brought you in, then that should work. If you're a digital nomad, an entrepreneur, you're probably going to have to produce some paperwork to say, hey, I can live and support myself, and I've done it for 5 years. Now, there is one other thing, relatively new, and that is citizenship by investment. We're talking serious money here too. So if you invest $500,000, you can become a citizen. If you purchase a business or land that's valued at $250,000, you can become a citizen. You put $500,000 in the Turkish bank, you can become a citizen. If you open up a business and you create a job for 50 people or more, you can become a citizen. There's caveats to those money amounts though. Let's say the land that you buy that's worth $250,000 or even $500,000, you can't resell it for 3 years. You put the money in the bank, you can't touch it. So it's up to you. You can do the 5 years, or if you got the money and you need that citizenship today, you can go that route. There's also visa issues or visa things you need to be aware of. I don't get into visas because everything changes, but just look up the visa rules before you go to Turkey. And next is medical. Turkey has universal health care. And unlike a lot of countries that we've talked about, they actually will give you health coverage after being in the country for a year. Before that though, rather, you do need to have health insurance that you will have to pay for yourself. But yeah, universal health care starts after a year. It's gonna cover the hospital, reduce payment for prescriptions, and discounts at private institutions. So that's a great bonus. Education. Education in Turkey is very interesting, and this is for kids. We're not talking about adults, we're not talking about college, we're talking about kids. In Turkey, children from the age of 6 to 13 are legally mandated to attend school. What that means for you is that your child can attend school in Turkey. For the moment you land, they can go to school. They have to go to school, technically. The one thing about this is that the schools will more than likely not be taught in English, right? It won't be an English school. So what you can do is pay to send your child to a private institution that is English primarily. You can also homeschool, though it is illegal, which is why it is legal legally mandated for Turkish citizens to send their children to school from the ages of 6 to 13. And your child can go to school there. You can homeschool because it really is a law for Turkish citizens, of which you are not as of yet. But if you become one and you have a child who's born there, they are automatically a Turkish citizen, so they will have to follow under that rule. 6 to 13. All right, next up is LGBTQI friendly. It's Turkey. It's the Middle East. No. I'm just going to say no. It's not. You just can't be out and proud there. Though there are people who are doing it. I possibly wouldn't be. There's other things too. It's a Muslim country, certain places you can't drink, no pork, things of that nature. So it sort of all ties together. I would liken it, from what I've been reading and researching, to let's say 40s, 50s in the United States. Everybody's in the closet and they're trying to survive. So think about that if you're thinking about moving over there. And then Black and Abroad. Turkey's interesting there too, in that the sense there's no, colonialism. There is none of that dates back to African Americans and slavery and things of that nature, or Africans in slavery, though there's slavery everywhere in the world. But in this sense, the media still tells, and so they're going to look at you because you're different. You're going to have some stares, some silences, things that just, but it won't be horrible. It won't be bad. It'll be typical. I liken it to being in Southeast Asia. I expect that I'm going to get some stares. I expect that I might get some snickers, by snickers I mean laughs or something like that, because they don't see me every day. I am an oddity of sorts. Once you become part of the neighborhood, you shouldn't have any problems. If you venture into a new city or a different city in Turkey, hey, you may have some people look at you, but no major horror stories. I definitely would do some more research on Black and Abroad in Turkey, and read some of the blogs that are out there and go from there. It's just one of the things in life, right? All right, so hopefully everything that we've talked about so far will help you in your decision making for going to Turkey. If you go, hopefully you will, because I think it's a beautiful country. There's great opportunities for someone, and maybe that someone is you. Remember to follow our other series, or check out our other series on moving to Follow, like, subscribe, share with your friends who may be thinking about moving to Turkey. I am Kat, and this is Wandering Soup. We'll see you next time on Moving To.